The government of Pakistan has launched a sweeping reform of its tariff regime, marking a major shift from protectionist policies to a more open, rules-based trade system. At the core of these reforms is the phasing out of regulatory and additional custom duties, long blamed for inflating input costs and stifling competitiveness. Also being abolished is end-use-based tariff discrimination, which allowed different duty rates based on how an imported product would be used, creating loopholes and favoritism.
Your policies are very inward-looking. Your industry and your exporters, they don't want to compete. They're no longer competitive. So the government thinks that they at least need to double their exports over the next 5 years. That double means that you start growing your exports by 12 to 14%. And I think for this purpose, they're doing this for.
Another major focus is the fifth schedule of the Customs Act, a list of exemptions that allowed selected sectors and firms to import goods either duty-free or at lower rates. While it was originally designed to support industry, it became a source of distortions and rent-seeking. Now the fifth schedule is being simplified, limiting the scope of these exemptions to reduce abuse and level the playing field. Finally, a uniform tariff structure, 0%, 5%, 10%, and capped at 15%, is being introduced, making the system more predictable and transparent. These reforms also meet Pakistan's commitment to the IMF to reduce average tariffs by 33% over 5 years. The momentum for reform was driven by years of advocacy and research from Prime Institute. In her groundbreaking report, An Empirical Critique of the National Tariff Policy, economist Dr. Nadia Tahir showed how tariff policy failed to move beyond revenue extraction, harming SMEs and female-led businesses in the process. Previously, Prime has called for unilateral trade liberalization and more recently, an end to arbitrary protections and a move towards transparent rules-based tariffs. Recommendations echoed in the Pied Prime Tax Reforms report. These ideas directly influence the government's current reform strategy. But while these changes are bold, experts agree they are only the beginning. For Pakistan to become truly competitive, discretion in tariff application must end. The reform process should be institutionalized, not politically driven. The tariff policy must align with industrial and export goals, not just revenue targets. And most importantly, reforms should promote fair competition so that SMEs, startups, and exporters can grow on a level field.
These reforms will open the door of our economy to productivity and not protection. These reforms will reward innovation and not connection.
A reformed tariff regime isn't just policy, it's Pakistan's path towards global competitiveness.